I'm having regrets. Yep, just a few. Oh, let's see. I regret buying these boots. They're wearing out just a bit too fast. I think maybe the leather is subpar. I'll have to talk to the cobbler about that. I regret that meat pie I had for dinner last night. I should have had a salad. Salads can be pretty tasty. And let me think. Oh yeah, I also regret bringing you all the way back to your kingdom after working so hard to get you out of it. Yeah, I know what I agreed to. I'm not disputing that. And don't worry, before you ask, I'm not going to abandon you. I've brought you this far again. I'll get you the rest of the way. But I've had days now to ponder this brilliant plan of yours, and I'm starting to question my own sanity in helping you with it. Highness, don't get me wrong. The light in your eyes is practically a furnace of vengeance at this point. I don't blame you for how you feel. I don't blame you for wanting to reclaim what's yours. But I just don't have the same trust as you, I guess. I've spent a long time learning not to trust people, and that's worked for me. It's kept me alive. I would have thought some healthy mistrust on your part was warranted. Yeah, well, I guess we'll soon see. We should be nearly there. Hang on, let me check the map. Okay, we are about here. Your nurse's friend is meeting us here, assuming he got the message. Well, he should have. Legitimate couriers can travel a lot more quickly than those of us who have to use alternative means of border crossing. He should have gotten that letter a few days ago. Yeah, so not much further now. He does know to come alone, right? Good. No, it's definitely the best thing. Of everyone involved in this little plot, he's the one I think you can most trust. Largely because your nurse does. She seems like the type to have good judgment. Well, she helped to raise you, and you turned out okay. Come on this way. Sure, but don't ask me what I think you're going to ask me. Nope, not going to happen. We've been over this. I hand you over, I get my money, I leave. And you go off and save your throne. End of transaction. No renegotiating, it's not happening. Highness, wait, here. Stop for a second and let me make a few things clear. You are a genuinely good person. You are noble and kind. And you've come a long way even since I caught you in my trap. You're strong and smart, and you have all the makings of a solid leader. I'm very much looking forward to you being in charge of this kingdom again. I mean it. You were a bit disconnected when we met. A typical lofty royal with very little understanding of how life worked down here in the trenches. But you learned fast. You were grateful for help, even from someone as lowly as me. You were scared and worried, but you took a leap of faith. And I've never seen you scoff at anyone or look down your nose at anyone as we've traveled together. You seem to understand that no one is really beneath you. I'm glad for that. For the first time in a long time, I have hope that the peasants of this land can have a better life. That the leadership genuinely cares about them. You've given me that hope, and I'm grateful for that. No, you have to let me finish. I am not a part of your story. No, listen. We met at a time when you needed help, and I was happy to give it. But we are on different paths. I have my own quest to finish, my own vengeance to wreak. No matter how much I like you, that hasn't changed. That's my life. All the nights I spent sleeping on the cold ground. All the days I went without food because I couldn't scrape together enough coin for bread. All the moments I felt worthless and alone. Throughout all of that, the thought of what I needed to do has kept me going. I have to survive, and I have to win. I owe it to my parents, and to my village, And I owe it to the green sticks to make sure they can't hurt anyone ever again. I may be an elf and I may be a thief, but I have my pride. I have a purpose. I have to see it through, no matter what. I'm so close to the finish line, I can almost taste it. It feels a lot like I imagine you must feel right now. Exactly. And I think you and I are friends. I think you wouldn't want to get in the way of what I need to do. Because you respect me, right? I stand by the choices I've made. I don't regret sharing what I have with others in order to make sure no one else has to go hungry or sleep on the ground. I don't regret taking my time and making allies along the way. Just because I have a mission doesn't mean I have to rush it. Rushing headlong into things is rarely a good plan. Of course I'm looking at you. That wasn't even a thinly veiled call-out. You are rushing this. But even still, I can't argue with it. And despite what I said before, I don't regret helping you. No, I don't. I don't regret any of the time I've spent with you. That doesn't mean our paths aren't about to diverge. The road we traveled overlapped for a while, and it's been an adventure. But that's life. We share the road with different people at different times. Sometimes they walk beside us for a long way, and sometimes they go off in another direction fairly quickly. Life is bookended by introductions and farewells, and we're about to reach the farewell part of this little journey. Never say never. Once I've fulfilled my mission, I can travel here and see how things are going with you in charge, assuming you haven't been run out of town again. I did promise to come to court once you're in power, after all. I can pay an official visit. We can dine in the Great Hall, and then stand at the top of the tallest tower and look over your entire kingdom. And we can congratulate ourselves that we accomplished what we set out to do. When the time comes, I will definitely drink to that. I've said all along, I don't know for sure how this will end. I don't know if your people will truly welcome you back. I don't know if you'll live to greet me when I return, but I have hope. That's all I can have. I don't want to think about what might happen. So I will have hope for both of us. We're both fighters and we're both strong. We've got this. Hey, no matter what happens, keep this in mind. I believe in you. You are capable of amazing things, and I expect you to make those things happen. Don't you dare let me down. That's nice of you, but I really can't stay. No, not even for a night. The sooner we part ways, the sooner we can finish what we've started and then maybe meet again. Besides, it's probably not the safest thing for me to go strolling into a gaggle of nobles, even if I'm doing it next to you. One or two of them might recognize me from the time I convinced them to turn over their valuables. Did you forget that for a second? I'm still an Elf Bandit through and through. And in order to keep my head firmly attached to my body, I'm going to avoid meeting any of them like this. But that's different. If I walk in there looking like I look now, they'll know me for what I am. They'll remember me if I've robbed them in the past. But later, once I've moved into my big house and brought my village back to greatness, I can visit in style. I can arrive in a carriage or on horseback. I can dress a little more appropriately for court. And while they might think I look familiar, and they might think they know my face from somewhere, they won't be able to place me. It's truly fascinating how people see what they expect to see. A visiting elven landowner with wealth is a far cry from a bandit standing outside their carriage. They won't expect to see the bandit, so they just won't see her. Psychology, Highness. It's worth looking into. Come on, we don't have much further to go. This way. Watch your step. Wait, I think this might be the clearing up ahead. Highness, approach with caution. There. Across there on the far side. Is that your nurse's friend? He doesn't see us. Okay, here's what we'll do. You'll go into the clearing hands open. Show him you don't have any ill intent. I'll be back here with my bow just in case. You'll be covered. Exactly. If he's happy to see you and all goes well, ask him for the money. Once you have it, throw it this way. No, I'm not. I'm staying in the shadows. For now, it's where I belong. I know you do. You've definitely got this. Just walk into the light, and you'll be back on the path to the life you deserve. What is it? I'll miss you too. Of course I will. You've been good company. And like I said, I'm sure we'll meet again. Your job is to get your throne back, get your kingdom back on track, stay alive long enough for me to visit. You promised me that view from the high tower, so now you have to deliver. Wait, before you go. Be well, Highness. Be safe. Keep me in your thoughts, and I'll keep you in mine. Don't worry about me. I'm a survivor. Mwah. The day we met, you were dangling in my net. Do you remember what I said to you? I said, I've caught a prize. And so I did. Now go, Highness. Fight for what's yours. I'll see you on the other side.